I'm Rob Van Raphorst. Welcome to MBA Now. With us today is David Motley, the president of Colonial Savings and MBA's chairman. He recently testified before a Veterans Affairs Subcommittee on the Veterans Affairs Rate Reduction Refinance Loan Program, specifically on churning. David, can you tell us a little bit about what you testified to?
Be glad to, Rob. The VA IRL program is an important option for veterans because it allows them to refinance their loan in a very fairly quick and cost-effective way. It's a streamlined process. You don't have to get an appraisal. There's no credit qualifying necessarily, so long as you're reducing the veteran's payment and interest rate. But what the committee was concerned about here is that there were reports that some lenders are serially refinancing borrowers on a regular basis, 2-3 times a year, maybe even more. And every time that happens, typically more fees are added to the veteran's principal balance of the loan. I think that's not a good thing. And so we were testifying about that and maybe what the VA needed to do in order to correct the problem or prevent it from harming veterans.
Now, do you think this is a widespread problem across the industry, or do you think it's isolated to a few lenders?
You know, it seems to be isolated, and really we don't have information about who is engaging in that. The VA does. But it seems to be a relatively small number of lenders, perhaps less than 20.
Yeah. Now, I know that Ginny is trying to address this issue. VA said yesterday that they were going to try to have lenders, up front give the loan cost disclosure for the product.
Right.
What else can be done, though?
Well, there are another number of options that have been considered. You could have a required mandatory recoupment period that you couldn't exceed. That's one option. Another would be a net tangible benefit requirement, which is something that the FHA already does with their streamlined refinance program. And so that's the one that I feel like is the most appropriate because it allows the most flexibility for lenders to work with the veteran. You could also cap the amount of fees that could be included. And then, of course, there's the option, and this is always a good thing, to provide education to veterans. So I think the VA is going to go back and consider perhaps adding a net tangible benefit test, if you will, to make sure that veterans are not harmed in the refinance process.
Yeah, it's certainly an issue that our industry, and MBA in particular, has been up front on saying that we need to address.
Yeah.
So we appreciate you coming by and explaining a little bit about it.
Glad to do it. Thanks, Rob.
Thanks. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at MBA Mortgage and like Mortgage Bankers Association on Facebook and Instagram.